Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Rock Sound. It's Slam Dunk Festival 2023 at long last. Holding absence are on the lineup. Lucas joins me now. How are you, mate?
Hello, I'm really, really happy, and I'm so glad to be back here with you, man.
So nice to see you, man. Ahead of another festival season as well, let's start right there. What a lovely sunny day it is out there. You must be absolutely so excited to not only kick off a new era of the band, but to do it here as well.
Yeah, 100%. And also, I will say though, on the note of kicking off a new era and the weather, the new era involves me wearing a jacket, so I'm kind of annoyed actually. But yeah, no, we're ecstatic to be here, and I think today is going to be a really special day. You know, like you said, new album announcement, and just like, you know, we've toured America like crazy over the last year.
You really have.
We've really missed the UK, honestly. So it's good to be back home, you know.
A bit of a homecoming show in a way. It feels like
really
a second home.
Yeah,
it's going to be really, really nice. Speaking of that new album, I mean, yes, the news is finally out there. We know it's coming, The Noble Art of Self-Destruction. Let's start with the title, because, I mean, you've gone from the greatest mistake of your life to some self-destruction. Is everything all right, Lucas? What's going on, mate? What's going on?
No, man, so, I mean, it's an album that we spent so much time thinking about and really trying to figure out what it should be, what it could be, you know. For me, and I'll talk about this a lot, so I'm going to get sick of it very soon, but thankfully this is the beginning of the campaign. You know, kintsugi is something that really inspired me. It's the Japanese art tradition of infusing glue with gold and essentially fixing broken things that are not only visibly broken but like more valuable now, you know. And like that really inspired me because I've always felt like my hardships in life have evolved me, you know. I almost every time I've gone through something in life, I've learned from it and I've grown from it. And I think this album was very much about learning from self-destruction, as hard as it may be, and finding something beautiful within it, you know. And there's a lot, I could talk for a million hours about it, but I'll spare you. But yeah, it's very conceptually rich, and I'm really proud of it. Yeah.
When did that kind of emanate from? Because I guess you did spend a lot of time in that last era, and obviously connected so well with the audience, which was so lovely to see. Took you guys up a level in a lot of different ways, and visually as well. You know, it's interesting to talk about your reference points there. You really went with the visuals on the last one. We can see already just in the artwork with the singles and everything. You're really kind of putting that at the forefront there. Tell me about when those ideas kind of started to come together for you. Was this a long meandering process, or did it just kind of click quite quick?
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I've always got the next idea in the canon before the current idea's even been shot out, you know. So that had been in my head for a while. But you know, I think the key moment for the visuals on this album was of course, the kintsugi China plate in my head. It's a white, blue, and gold, and that was just so vivid straight away. But we kind of decided that we wanted this to be the third of a trilogy, you know, kind of round off the first 3 albums of our career. And I looked at the 2 album artworks and I was like, what is the conclusion, you know? And it's like, the first one is the self-titled, where you've got a woman looking to the right. The second one is The Greatest Mistake, where she's looking to the left. This one is about her embracing herself, you know. The Noble Art of Self-Destruction is about embracing flaws and all who you are. And this album cover was very much, you know, now the woman is facing forward, she's embracing the world. And as soon as I saw that in my head, I just knew this was it, you know?
Man, so exciting. I mean, it's interesting talking about it being a trilogy as well, because we can clearly see it with the artwork, and that's fascinating, but musically as well, does it feel like a bit of a conclusion to something? Does it feel like it's been maybe building to this? We can see you learning on each record.
Yes,
like
100%. You know, I've always said we set, genuinely I believe we set the boundaries of our band with our first 2 songs, and ever since then we've just been trying to stretch it, you know? And I think for us it was just like, not to be lame, but we love this band, we love the music we make, we're proud of it, and yes, we have to evolve. But you know, I'm not saying that we don't evolve. I feel like we evolve every album, but you know, I feel like every band needs to change, you know. But for us, it was a case of we don't want to change yet. We really want to roll around in the mud that we've made, and this is almost feels like a love letter to our first 2 albums, you know.
Wow.
So we kind of wanted to dig into things we'd done before and just try and do them better now, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense. And, you know, it's all about progression, isn't it? It's all about how you can take everything you've learned and kind of carve it into something new, right? It's really exciting. You got to be delighted as well seeing the reaction to those singles, particularly like False Dawn's kind of just dropped at the time of recording a few days ago. But immediately we can see people getting excited, and I guess getting prepared to play those new songs live's got to be interesting as well. Finally giving them a UK debut over here.
Both of them are getting their UK debut today, so
Very
it's like,
exciting.
it's scary, but yeah, I think it's really lovely because I believe our band we always felt like this, but I think it's true now. We believe our band to be an album band.
Right.
And I think as a Holding Absence fan, you know, you can like the singles, but man, we get so many people telling me how good the other songs are. And I think, you know, for us, it's a case of like, if the singles have gone off as well as they have, I know the album is going to be really well received because our fans, you know, like The Angel in the Marble, which is the last song on the album, or like Honeymoon or Scissors, you know, these songs are doing things that we can't really put out as singles, but I know our fans are going to love.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at, is the 2 singles have been so well received. I just can't wait for everybody to hear the rest, you know?
It's so exciting. It's so funny hearing you say you're an album band, because that does, I mean, I find like I always just end up talking to you about my Chem, but really,
Yeah.
it's funny how, like, I know the bands that have inspired you in the past, and they feel like very much like album bands as well. Like a whole myriad of reference points you can make there, but yeah, there's something to be said for that, isn't it? Like encouraging your audience to, I guess, dig a little deeper, I guess.
Yeah, man. And it's like, you know, I feel like the type of music we try and write is accessible.
Yeah.
And like, you could argue it might be like too you know, some people don't like us because we're a bit face value, right? Like, which is whatever. I understand that, but I think to myself, if you think our songs are face value, like, listen to our album. You know what I mean? None of that is face value. There's nuance upon depth upon, you know, niche upon everything, and everything is thought out. And I think you're right. That comes from a love of bands like man, the Black Parade. Like, I'm so proud to be 15 years later walking down the street as an adult man and seeing a kid wearing a Black Parade jacket literally yesterday, walking down the street, and it's just like, that is the point of art, you know? Like, this perfect album that changed my life as a kid, still changing lives now, and I think that's the goal for me, is legacy and permanence, you know? A great song might last a few years, but a great album might last forever, you know? So
there's a good quote, and it's very true as well. You're a wise man. Busy day. I'm going to let you go in a second. Before I do, something I'm going to ask everybody today. Stacked lineup. I got to say, like, one of the biggest slam dunk lineups I've seen in a long time. I always enjoy it, but this is really something this year. If you could do a collaboration with someone you've not worked with before on the lineup today, who would we pick?
I would say either Spencer from Under Oath. I've got an Under Oath tattoo on my arm. They're my fucking favorite. Sorry for swearing, but oi. And then honestly, I would say 100% Alid from Kids in Glass Houses.
Oh, that's a great shout.
Grew up listening to them. His voice is just like butter, you know. He's just like something else. And yeah, I just, you know, I'm grateful to be from the Welsh music scene. Seeing the Blackout and Kids coming back this year, just like, I feel like I'm living my best life as a fan of music, you know, as 100%.
Well as a musician. It's a nice moment for a lot of familiar faces coming back. It's really, really exciting. Have the best day. Have a great performance. We will catch up again soon, I'm sure, man. All right. Thanks, everybody.